for now, but I can understand why it should have done, and I'll look into it.
Thank you. And then the second question that I had, you obviously have the safeguarding brief. Now, the number of children who identify as transgender is increasing, and the schools need to strike a balance of ensuring that these children can be cared for properly and that their needs are properly met. They also need to balance this with the needs of the wider school population. And I've been contacted as a member of this committee in the last week by parents who are concerned about the presence of a 18-year-old trans woman in the boarding house of their teenage daughters. So what guidance does the department provide to schools on managing these situations in a sensitive way that provides for the privacy, dignity and well-being of all the students?
This area is a bit of a minefield, if we're being honest, and we're working very closely with the Government Equalities Office to formulate our guidance in this space. Yes, we've got our HSE curriculum. I'm conscious the school you reference is independent, I think, so that it falls under an ever so slightly different framework. I think there are two sort of competing priorities here. The first is the 2010 Equalities Act and the importance that all children and young people must be treated equally, and where there are protected characteristics that they're recognised. But at the same time, any school also has legal obligations, a duty to safeguard and protect and promote the welfare of all children. And on the face of what you just said, as a parent, and a particular parent of two young girls, I probably wouldn't be overly happy with the situation you described. So I think, given that it's independent, it's slightly more complex, but I would suggest that the parent speaks with the head teacher, the governors, and if necessary raises it, because they're not going to be covered by Ofsted, but the independent schools inspectorate.
I think that the government should be providing guidance on this issue to help schools. You said it's a minefield, but schools need help navigating that minefield, and obviously don't want to get caught up in legal wrangles. So would it be not best if the government provided some detailed guidance on how schools can manage this for the well-being of all students?
I mean, I'll speak to the schools minister, and I'm sure that will be in progress alongside the Government Equalities Office. But at the same time, you can give all the guidance in the world that sets out the legal position, but you need schools to firstly use their common sense and follow the law as it stands at the moment. And I would suggest that the duty to protect and to safeguard should probably override anything else.
Thank you.
When you say anything else, what do you mean by anything else?
Well, as in the number one priority, I think, of any school or anyone in society has got to be the protection and safeguarding of children above anything else. I think, in my view, that's a reasonable position for anyone to take.
Because Miriam wants to ask on this point, but I'll bring Miriam first.
The Minister's answered it. I was going to